I'm Eric Nasa with NewsShooter.com, and we're at NAB 2019, and I'm with Core SWX with Ross. How's it going?
Doing well. How about you?
Well, I'm okay. I'm a little tired. Not too bad. How's traffic been?
Busy, very busy. So that's a good thing.
That's a good sign,
Yep.
because you have some products to show me.
We do. We have our new Helix dual voltage battery system. Standard V-Lock gold mount, charges on all existing equipment. So you could purchase it now, limited cost of entry when you get high voltage equipment. So we have a high voltage battery mount plate system. So integrates on red, small HD, Bolt 703, but when you go to an ARRI, you could use the same exact pack for those cameras.
And you were telling me you don't have to use two batteries. And what's the runtime with the ARRI?
So HCM 9, Helix 9, 40 minutes. Because we're working on a higher voltage design, so we're passing through 33.6 volts, which the ARRI cameras accept up to 34. So it's only about a 4.5 amp draw versus some of the shark fins that regulate down to 24 volts. That's over a 6 amp draw. So less current draw, less heat, greater operating life, greater serviceability.
Fantastic. And they're so small. Like, how are you guys doing this?
Well, they're minis, right? So everyone's really keen. Since 3 years ago, you guys interviewed us when we released the HCM9 HyperCore Mini. Now we have a HyperCore 150 that everyone wants, Helix 150. So it's less than a ½ inch deeper, 150 watt hours.
Talk to me a little about some of the features, because I know you guys have, it's not just a battery. Like, it has some features inside the battery as well.
There's a lot of different features packed into the HyperCore infrastructure. We have a storage mode. Now we have a new high-resolution LCD. The LCD also signifies when it's in high-voltage mode. There's a sleep function. There's an accelerometer to detect motion. And we also have RFID in the front of the pack, so you can put your phone to it and get all your battery data rather than having to rely on a charger.
Fantastic. How can people travel? Is it different with these higher voltage batteries, or that doesn't really change too much?
So the pack is a standard 14.4 volt infrastructure. We have a special handshake between mount plate and battery to turn on the high voltage circuitry. We're using a patent pending voltage doubling technology that outputs the full voltage range of the high voltage equipment. So you're getting from 33.6 down to 22. So that's how we're getting the longer run times. Regarding travel, 98 watt hours, under 100, you could bring as many as you want on board. The 150s, you could bring up to 2, one connected to a piece of equipment and an additional. But we also have our Prime, which is kind of unique because it splits in two. So it's two 95 watt hour halves put together for use, getting obviously double the runtime of the 98 watt hour.
Is this new? I don't think I've seen this one
It's
before.
not new. We offered for several years the HyperCore Prime, but this is now the Helix Prime. Gotcha. So the Helix Prime, the Helix XL, and we have the Mini line as well. Perfect for small form Cine, and now with the Mini LF, everything's getting a little more smaller. So.
All right. But wait, there's more.
There is more. So that addresses the high-end cinema market, but we also have this little guy. So this is our new MPF flat pack. A lot of Focus 5s in the market, and this guy is slim profile, so you don't have to worry about the long MPF. 60 watt hours. What's really cool, LED gauge, but it also has a DC in. So you could power tap into a rig system. You could also charge through it, and then it's seamless power transmission to the battery when you pull out the plug. So these are going to be very exciting, a lot of interest here, and only $89 MSRP. So, I mean, no brainer.
Yeah, it is inexpensive. And what are the run times like?
So you're getting 6 hours on this Focus 5 Bolt. So it's a perfect director's monitor type battery, but also works great on on camera.
I mean, with two of those, you could be really rocking a long shoot day.
12 hours. If you're acquiring that much footage, you have a lot of posts to do after that.
Hey, you don't have to turn it off. Just leave it on all. Don't worry about turning it off.
Exactly. So.
And how long do these take to charge up? Probably pretty quick.
So if you use the DC in, depending on the current you're delivering, it's about 3 to 4 hours. MPF chargers, we don't make one. There's a lot on the market, so it really is predicated on what the current output is of the charger. If you're using like one of the really economical $20 chargers, it could take up to 8 hours, but obviously when you experience that, you just buy a better charger.
Yeah, exactly. Let's get the pricing on the newer higher voltage batteries.
So the Helix 9s will be shipping in 2 weeks. They're about a $400 price point, which is only a few dollars more than our HyperCore Minis. The 150s are mid-5 range, and then we go up to $700 and $800. So obviously the larger capacities, a lot more money, but it's serving a very niche industry in the high-end cinema market.
Fantastic. And availability?
Availability, the 9's 2 weeks, and then it's going to scale out over the next 3 months on the other models. But we want to make sure we got the 9's ready to go. Those are kind of the best-selling product for us because of the travel capabilities and the super small size.
All right. Thank you much, Ross.
All right, thanks
Appreciate
for
it.
stopping by.